Hey, what's up you guys? This is Darrian from DarrianMichelle.com. I'm a lifestyle blogger. God bless you. Hey, what's up you guys? My name is Darrian from DarrianMichelle.com. I'm a lifestyle blogger and I blog about fashion and military life and everything in between and basic lifestyle stuff. So if you like what you see in this video today, then make sure you hit that big red subscribe button and also go check out the blog because there's tons of amazing content over there that I'd love for you guys to check out. And if you want to see me on more of a day-to-day basis, you can follow me on Instagram at DarrianMDuck. I'll make sure it's on the screen down below for you guys, but I post a new photo every day and I really like to hang out on Instagram stories, so make sure you follow me over there and pop on over into the DMs and say hi. Today is the first favorites video of the year and I'm so excited because I am sticking to a posting schedule. I'm going to be uploading every Sunday at 10 a.m. And I'm going to be doing a favorites video once a month and a vlog once a month, and I'm really excited to make this channel more of an extension of my blog. So without further ado, let's get right on into my favorites for January of 2018. Hands down, and I'm sure this isn't everybody's favorites video for January, but hands down, one of my favorite things for this month is The Greatest Showman. I saw the musical at the beginning of the month and it has just changed my world. The soundtrack is so good and I've listened to it non-stop.
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for. Been searching in the dark, your sweat soaking through the floor. And buried in your bones, there's an ache that you can't ignore. Taking your breath, stealing your mind, and all that was real is left behind. Don't fight it, it's coming for you, running at you.
If you haven't seen The Greatest Showman yet, like, what are you doing? Are you hiding under a rock? I've talked about it in blog posts. I've talked about it on Instagram. There isn't a place I haven't talked about it. At least do yourself a favor and download the soundtrack because it is amazing. I cannot say enough good things about it. And like, This Is Me is the anthem of 2018. So leave me a comment with those hands up emojis if you are feeling that song just as much as I am. I have a lot of books that are like kind of on my favorites list for the month of January because I set a new reading goal and I got really into it. But one of the ones that I want to talk about quickly is the 5 Love Languages Military Edition. So if you don't know, my fiance is about to graduate from West Point, which means he will be a lieutenant in the United States Army in May. We are getting married just after graduation, so we've been looking for some sort of like premarital counseling type of things to do while we wait for the wedding, and the 5 Love Languages was highly recommended to us, but we wanted to pick up the military edition just because it does talk about some of the things that we are going to encounter in our marriage, such as deployments. So if you're a military couple, I highly suggest picking up this book. It changed our relationship in literally a day. Like, I'm not even kidding. It's magic, this book. We know how to communicate better and it honestly has just changed our relationship so much for the better in such a short amount of time. So I highly recommend, I'll leave a link to it in the description box below so you can get it on Amazon and get it in 2 days and start, you know, working on your marriage with your partner ASAP. The next 2 things on my favorite list kind of go together, but not really. The first is this devotional, and it's called The Beautiful Word. This devotional was actually recommended to me by another one of my favorites, which is Danny Austin's The Sassy Club, which I've just grown so much just in the last couple of weeks of being in this group with so many amazing women, but I'll talk about more about that later. But this was actually recommended to me in that group, and I picked it up and it is so great. I love the little devotionals in each of them. I love the illustrations. I love that it shows you the verse, it explains it, and then gives you a little prayer at the bottom. As you can see, there's room for journaling if you want to, or just writing down notes. And I've been doing this every morning and really enjoying, you know, my time with God and growing my relationship with God, which if you haven't seen my testimony video, I'll go ahead and link it up in the cards below, because you should definitely check that out. to hear a little bit more about my story. And then along the same lines of that, I actually went to Target last night on the 31st, well, not last night when you're watching this, but when I'm filming this, it was last night, on the 31st of June. On the 31st of January, and picked up this adorable notebook because one of my favorite bloggers, who also has a YouTube channel, Kate from Lone Star Southern, was talking about how she does a prayer journal every day. And it's not something I've ever done before. I really wanted to focus on growing my relationship with God this year, so I figured starting a prayer journal would be a great way to do that. And I've already done one entry, which was about asking the Lord for peace, because if you aren't familiar with West Point, then you won't know, but next week we get to find out, we get to actually pick what our first military post will be, and it's very nerve-wracking and I've been anxious so much. So last night I did an entry in my prayer journal and I found a verse to go along with it. I want to share this verse with you right now because I found it very inspiring, and I know that a lot of the people who watch my channel and read my blog are going through very transitional periods in their life, so I figured this would be a great verse for all of you as well. And it just says, "In peace I will lie down and fall asleep, for you alone, Lord, make me secure." And that's Psalm 4:9. And I just found so much peace in that verse. And I mean, when I say I went down and slept like a baby last night after reading that verse and after journaling, I'm not exaggerating. So one of the things that I mentioned when I was talking about the devotional is the Sassy Club, and it is by Danny Austin. She graciously put this group of amazing women together, and I've just grown so much just from listening to everybody's stories and, you know, meeting beautiful people inside and out. And it's just really, my cup runneth over because I'm so blessed to meet the people that I know. And I now have connections in, you know, all over the United States and the world. And that's just something that social media is good for. And I love seeing bloggers use social media for good. I think it's really going to be a great experience for everybody who's in the Sassy Club. So if you're a sassy sister, let me know. But yeah, I'm excited to see what else she does with it. And yeah. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say about that one real quick. My next favorite, something that I've really been loving. I mean, who doesn't love Target all the time? But this month particularly, Target's clothes have been on point. I got this from Target. It's actually from the Who What Wear line. And I've picked up a bunch of different things over the last month. So let me know if you want to see like a Target haul at some point. But last night I was there and I picked up this adorable cardigan. And I just love the little flowers and the embellishments, which kind of leads me into my next favorite, which I have been watching the show Heart of Dixie, and I am obsessed with Lemon Breland's wardrobe. Her and Annabeth are just like my soul sisters. Like, I want to be them. So I decided that I was going to completely overhaul my wardrobe because it was in dire need of it. And I actually just wrote a blog post about signs you need to overhaul your wardrobe, so I'll leave that link down below as well. But I kind of decided that I wanted to go with, you know, my more southern style, and kind of focus on that, and kind of get away from the more like New England preppy look that I've been doing since I lived in New York, because that's just really not me. So I love this sweater. It's the epitome of Lemon Breland in a sweater, in my opinion. So both of those things have been high on my favorites list this month. And finally, I would like to share my favorite blog post of the month with you guys. This is something that I'm gonna try to do every month, and that way you guys can know like kind of what got my creative juices flowing this month, and maybe get some ideas for your own blog or YouTube channel if you are a content creator. But my favorite post this month by far was my post, 10 Things I'm Afraid to Tell You. And I kind of got the idea for this after those Instagram stories went around that everybody was doing, where they were like, you know, doing 5 random facts about themselves. And I realized that there was a lot that I hadn't actually shared with my blog readers. And so I wrote that post, and it was very terrifying to write, and there are a lot of things in there that I was really scared to share with everybody, but the feedback I got for it was just amazing, and everybody opening up to me about their own struggles. And just, you know, my word of the year for 2018 is community, and I really want to transform my blog into a community, and that post really just shed light on that goal for me, and, you know, paved the way for me to do that. So I'm really excited about that post, and I might do a follow-up one here in a couple of weeks just because you guys seem to enjoy it so much. So that's my favorites for January of 2018, and I cannot believe the first month of 2018 is over. Like, where is the time going? I'm getting married in less than 4 months. Like, whoa. So yeah, let me know if any of these favorites were also your favorites down below. Let me know something that you were really loving this month. So yeah, I love chatting with you guys, so definitely don't feel afraid to leave a comment about whatever you want down below. And I'll see you next Sunday. Bye, y'all.